Welcome or welcome back to another Busilla stocking tutorial. We'll be looking at the Posh Poinsettias, and I'm really excited to share this kit with you. It looks super simple and beginner friendly, and I have never made this kit before, but just looking at it, it looks like it's really, it's a great beginner kit. Let's see what it comes with. I already opened this up so I can sort out the colors. So here are all the colors. There's 8 colors. And here's all the sequins and beads that it comes with. And a beading needle and an embroidery needle. Here's the embroidery and here's the beading. Comes with a stack of felt. Beautiful colors. I love this color, it's so cute. It's like a mossy green color. We've got a white and kind of a beige, and then the red. That's going to be the main color. And the instructions. Out of all the stockings I've ever done, this is the smallest set of instructions ever that I've ever seen. It looks like there's only 42 pieces. So far it's the smallest kit pieces wise that I've ever made. And look how cute this template of lettering is. The alphabet that they give you, so cute and so different. So it looks like we'll be using a combination of the satin stitch as well as the outline stitch to complete each letter. So that's going to be great. And then on the other side is the picture of it completed and all the key charts and the symbols and stuff. So we're doing, so I figured satin and some type of outline stitch or maybe a back stitch or something. 42 is the back of the stocking. So that's what we're looking at. It also comes with a piece of poster board, which I don't think we'll be using. But it also comes with a picture, which is very, very helpful. And you can see the lettering on here. So pretty, and it's so different. I love the, just the different look of it, you know. And then here is the symbol chart. So simple. We only have a few stitches we're working with. Applique stitch, outline stitch, and satin stitch. That is it. So the other ones are beads, sequins, and that's it. So this is going to be a very quick put together. And I can't wait to show you. I'm just going to stick this back in here. Out of the way. And we're going to look for piece number 1, which I believe is the red. So now that I'm looking at this, there's going to be a lot of repeats. So sometimes when I have repeats like this, I'm going to actually take the time to do the step on each one. So notice how all these number 2s are the same, all the number 3s. And then all of these are basically going to be the same stitch. So I'm going to end up doing like a batch. So I'll probably show you the first one. So it looks like the first number on here is number 4. So I'll show you what to do on the leaves. And then I'm just going to, off camera, I'm just going to finish the entire thing. Just because, I mean, why not? I mean, it's all the same. So, and then same goes with white. Looks like we're going to do the same. So these are the poinsettia leaves as well as these. So I'll show you the first one, which happens to be, I think, 32. So I'll show you a 32, and then I'll do the rest off camera. And then this one, 25. I'll show you 25. It looks super simple. So I don't think you'll have trouble putting this together. So we're just going to grab the first piece here. And I'm going to cut it out off camera because it is kind of large. So, but I will show you what it looks like, what we're working with. So there's only one red piece that we're working with, which is the main stocking. I'm gonna cut this out, set it aside. I'm gonna use this later for a template to put on the back, to line the back of our work. And then here's the hang tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Let me grab my rotary tool here. I'm gonna add these needles to my collection. I think I can cut this out on camera. It might be a little big, but I'll just start down here so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just gonna cut this out. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just separating it from the other pieces. Okay, perfect. So now that that's separated, I can set this aside for later. And we will cut this out. I'll grab my scissors. Just rearranging my desk here. So when we cut things out, we're cutting away the stamp. We're not leaving the stamp on because it just doesn't look that great. I know some people don't care, but I do. I like to mimic the picture that it comes with. And they never have the stamp on there, so I'm cutting it away like so. I could use my rotary cutter, but it isn't a straight line. If it was a straight line, I could use my ruler and cut it, but I don't want to accidentally cut too much. Okay, so I'm going to continue all the way around, and then we will start on the first step. Okay, first steps are to embroider, personalize, and sequin the stocking front. Okay, I'm actually going to hold off on the personalize because there's no owner to this stocking yet. So we're just gonna skip that for now. I'm hoping that, you know, if someone does purchase this off my Etsy, hopefully I can show you guys this really cute font. So I might make a short video on that, hopefully. But in the meantime, we're going to embroider and sequins. So the embroidery, it looks like we're doing this, like the stems and all the lines. So if we're looking at that, we're doing 3 strands of dark green. So let me grab that and we'll start the outline stitch. Okay, so I'm gonna actually zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try really hard to stay on the camera. So let me actually start, let's see. I'm gonna start on a small section. So we can, so if it's going in a circle this way, I'm gonna actually start on the inside and go around because I'm right-handed and my stitches go this way. For this one, I would actually start here and go this way around because again, my stitches go like clockwise. Yours may not. Yours may go the opposite depending on your stitching and whether you're left or right-handed and all that stuff. So whichever's comfortable for you. I'm just going to start here. I'm using 3 strands of dark green. And we're doing the outline stitch. You're going to get really, really good at the outline stitch. Trying to make my stitches a little bit smaller around the curve so it doesn't have like a terrible transition. And we are trying to cover the stamp because we don't want to see the stamp. See how we're slowly curving around this way. And you're going to keep going, and you're going to do all these lines on the front of the stocking. And it's going to take you a bit. So take your time and really enjoy the process. This is kind of like my way of relaxing, you know, just putting my hands on a project and doing something and creating stuff. So notice there is a line here. We'll have to come back. So I'm actually going to keep going this way, and I'm going to stop here, and then I'll come back and show you how to do these little sections. Okay, now that I finished this little section, we're going to go back up here and we're going to add this and this. And you want to make it look like it's connected, so I like to try and start like right here, sorry. So if you look right here, there's the end of the stitch, but if I start there, it looks like it's also starting where that stitch ended, if that makes sense. So now it looks like it's part of it. And we'll only need a couple of stitches here. So I'm going to end it right around here. Like that. I'm going to add my double knot back here. I'm going to hide my tail. Trying not to go through to the front because sometimes it'll show. Okay, that's done. Now I'm going to just knot this again. I like to trim down my knots, keeps my work clean. Now we're going to add this little guy, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start like right around here. And follow the stamp so it looks like it's part of it. You want it to look like it's somewhat connected. And once I start curving, I'm going to actually make my stitches a little smaller. Probably going to do a couple more stitches. Just to make sure that stamp is covered. And then I'm going to end it right there. Here we go. Pretty. Same thing. Double knotting my work. Making sure it doesn't go through to the back. Okay, so we have this little tiny branch done. We're going to do the exact same thing to all the white lines that are if you look here, all these little branches, that's all what we're going to do. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. It does get a little busy right here. So start from the outside and go in and kind of follow that line. Start from the outside. Oh, this goes this way. That way. Kind of follow it and go out. So if you go from the outside in, it's a lot easier than starting in the middle and just kind of finding out, you know, I don't know where this line goes. So this one goes like that. And it ends here. So just when we get to this, when I get to this part, I'll show you what I mean. So I'll probably start with the bigger ones. So I'll probably start with this one, just to create a nice solid foundation line, and then do this one, and then do this one. This one kind of connects with this line. So I might actually not do that one quite yet. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to, you know, be strategic with your stitches. So when I come back, I will have this portion done, these small areas done, and we'll start. I'll probably have this done too. So then we'll start doing the big ones. All right, we are finished with the green, and I went ahead and did this part. So I did this one first, and then this one. And this one kind of goes and does the really long one. And then this one stops here and picks up again here. It goes all the way down, and this one kind of curves and goes around. So I just kind of just laid out the stitches as I would like them to, but like, even if you didn't do it strategically, it would still end up really nice. So we also need to do the border on the top, which is little arrows. And if we look on the key here, it's 2 white outline stitch. So now that you're really good at the outline stitch, we're gonna hop up here and do 2 strands of white along the top. Here's what the top looks like, completely finished. Now we get to work on the beads and sequins. It looks like we're having a couple of colors here. Along the top, they're gonna be stars. And if you look on the chart, stars equals white. You can also refer to the picture to give you an idea of what colors you're working with. So we're doing white for the top, and we are doing gold for the body, which includes the middle parts right here, sorry, all that, as well as all the dots that you can see on the front. So let me grab the white, and we're gonna start with the white. I'll show you how to do the beads and sequins, and then we'll do the rest off camera. Okay, I'm zooming in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Because these are a little farther apart, I will do them individually. So I'm just gonna do a random one. I'm just gonna start here. I'm using 2 strands of white. You don't have to use 2, that's just my preference. And then how we attach these is we grab a sequin, and it's cup side up, and then we grab a bead, and the bead sits right on the sequin, and we use the bead to secure the sequin down. So just move the bead over to secure it like that, and we're going to do that with every single sequin Every single dot that you see needs a sequin and a bead. And then once you're done, you'll just knot it in the back. First one done. We're gonna come back and I'm gonna have all the beads and sequins done on this front, and then we'll move on to the next step. Now that we're done with the embroidery and the beads and sequins on the very first step, we're gonna move on to the next step. So it says to attach the berries, number 2, to the stocking with embroidery. Interesting. And then add the sequins. So here's all the number 2s. So apparently we're going to take these berries and attach them with embroidery. That'll be interesting. Okay, well, I'm just going to show you the first one because there's a bunch of them. So I'm going to cut this out. And show you the first one. So you can see where the lines are for the embroidery. Just cutting away the stamp here. And I already grabbed some thread for the embroidery. I'm just hoping you'll see the embroidery after we put the beads and sequins on. So let me just start right in the middle here. So we're going to put the berries like that. So, and then we add the embroidery. I'm just trying to figure out how to hold it. See if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually gonna flip this over like this. I'm gonna start the embroidery right here. We're doing an outline stitch, 2 strands of dark burgundy. And I'm actually going to start right next to it and I'm going to stitch into it. Hopefully I stitch far enough down that it stays on. Seems to be working so far. I just have to put my needle in a little bit further than I usually would. See if I can catch some fibers underneath. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna I might end it there. Like that. Not too bad. I mean, it does stay, and it did shift a little bit, so I'm gonna have to like rub off the stamp here, which is fine. I'm not gonna knot it yet. I'm gonna actually go here and add a little bit of embroidery down here in between these 2 berries. I might just do a straight stitch just to like hold it. Oops. Okay. First berry is embroidered. I'm just gonna knot it in the back. Okay. Now I'm going to add the beads and sequins. So I just grabbed 3. Let me grab some more. Actually, I'm just going to grab this one. So I'm just going to take the thread off of this and put it on my beading needle so I don't have to get a new piece. So grab your beading needle. It is different, by the way. It's a lot thinner and a little longer. The eye is a little smaller so it can go through the beads. Okay. And now I'm going to go up from the bottom, and where the white dot is, that's where we're going to be placing our bead. And I should use, you know, now that I think about it, I should use red, huh? Here I am trying to save time, and I didn't. I'm actually going to switch this. All right, give me a second, and I will go switch the colors. Okay, now that I have the right color, now we can add the beads to the berries. Grab your red. And your red. Hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit of the embroidery. Oops. Oh my goodness. Okay. There's 2. And 3. Cute. You can sort of see the embroidery. But I think it's mainly there to just kind of hold it down. Maybe just like define the berries a little bit, I guess. But we're going to be doing this with all the rest of the berries. So when I come back, all the berries will be finished. And then we can start on the next one. Okay, 1 berry down, several more to go. Okay, I finished the berries and I went ahead and did the next step, which is these individual ones. They're basically the same thing. You're just, there's no embroidery. So you basically add this little piece and then you tack it down with the bead and sequin. So it's basically the same thing. So I already did that and I did that. And now we're gonna work on the leaves, 4 through 18. And let's see. Just trying to see where is it these ones? Yeah, so we're gonna work on 4 through 18. It says embroider. So we're basically embroidering all of these, which is great. That's what I was gonna do if it wasn't gonna suggest it. So if you look, applique the leaves to the front of the stocking along the edge close to the stems, then add sequins. Along the edge close to the stems. So basically position each one as if it was coming off a stem like this. So let me grab, so we're looking at a number 4, which is right here. So the number 4 goes up here. And if you look at the chart, we're going to be doing a outline stitch of 2 dark green, and we're going to do a green bead and sequin. So let me grab those colors and I'll show you the very first leaf. All right, I have the dark green ready, and we're going to put the knot right here so that when we cut the leaf out, we can make sure we go around the knot. So I'm just going to start here, and we're going to do an outline stitch here. We're going to do it along here and then along here. I absolutely love this green color. It's such a pretty green. I don't know what you'd call it, maybe like a mossy green color. It's very pretty. It's a nice contrast to the red in the background. So once we're done with the outline stitch here, then we're going to add the leaf onto the stocking. And then once the leaf is added, then we get to put the beads and sequins on. I sense a pattern here. Okay, so let me finish this off camera and then we'll put the leaf on the stocking. Okay, this is ready to be put on the stocking. I'm just gonna grab a pin here just to hold it in place while I applique it. Make sure that the leaf is right alongside the stems that you're working next to. Make sure you grab the right color, the green, not the dark green. I'm gonna applique this right on. So I'm gonna go all the way around and applique it all the way around. It doesn't say to leave any edges, so I'm just gonna go all the way around. I'm looking at the picture and I don't see any edges sticking out, so I am noticing that this felt is a little on the thin side, so be careful where you're placing your stitches. They're not too close to the edge so you don't fray.
Hey honey, will you bring me that bag out of the truck?
And then once you applique this, then we're going to do the beads and sequins. So I'm going to finish this off camera and do the next part. All right, we're going to put the sequins on, grabbing my beading needle and adding sequins. So same idea, just different color. Okay. And we're doing this with all of the leaves. I'm just going to hop over here, put these on real fast, and then I'm going to do the rest of the leaves off of camera so we can save time on the tutorial and not watch me doing boring things over and over. And then once we're done with the leaves, we will do the next step, which is, if I look real quick, working on this step now. The next step is the ribbon. So we'll be looking at the ribbon down here. So that's next. But in the meantime, take your time, do all of these. I'm gonna end up embroidering everything on here, and then I'm gonna cut them out individually, put them on the stocking, and then put the sequins on. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish that, and we'll do the next one. So I finished all the leaves on here and put all the sequins on. I'm gonna end the tutorial for this week here. Next time we'll be working on the bow, and we'll be putting the flowers on the front. We will be lining the inside of the stocking and putting the hang tab on it and the back. So make sure you don't miss that video. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and check out the video down here that's linked. I'm sure you'll like that one too. And I'll see you in my next one.